Hi guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be doing an oil and filter change on the Audi S3 2017 facelift model. I'm going to be showing you absolutely everything you're going to need to do the work. So let's get into it. So to start off, this is an easy job as long as you start off with the right stuff that you need to complete the job. And I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to need to do it from start to finish, no troubles at all. First things first, you're going to want some nitrile gloves because you can get a bit dirty doing this. Next up, we've got the following. So you're going to need a ratchet or wrench or torque wrench, some sort of wrench to get the oil filter off. You're going to need a 32mm socket bit. You're going to need a funnel. Doesn't have to be a flexi hose funnel. Any type of funnel to put the oil in will do. You're going to need your oil filter. I'm using a MAN HU 6002Z. Next up, you've got your choice of oil. I personally, this time, I'm going with Castrol Edge Titanium FST 530, fully synthetic. The car holds 5.7 litres. I got a great deal on this. The 4 litres was only, I think it was £28. It's normally like £60 in dollars. That's probably around $70–80. And I got it for like say $40, so absolute bargain. So I got I got 4 litres and I got several 1 litres. So next item you're going to need is a drain pan. You don't have to have a drain pan. You can use a washing up bowl. You can use any sort of shallow 3 or 4 inch height large container that's going to hold at least 6 litres of oil, considering the car hold, it has 5.7 in it, so 6 litres. This is going to be nearly full when I drain the car. Last but not least, if you've never been under your car before, you're going to have plastic under trays on there, so you're going to need to grab yourself a flathead and a Phillips screwdriver, along with a set of torque picks. Now, some additional pieces you might have lying around. These are not necessary, but they make the job a hell of a lot easier. I've got 2 wheel ramps here, one on that side, one on that side. I've also got a 3-ton trolley jack there for support. I've got myself from Machine Mart over here in the UK a Clark Mechanics creeper that I can lie on and go beneath the vehicle. Almost forgot to add, to make things super duper easy for myself so I never run out of light, I've modified a lamp with an extremely long cable that runs off my car battery. So I've got a never-ending inspection lamp. Right, so let's go into the vehicle and show you where these screws are. So using your T20 Torx bit, right bang in the centre there, you're going to have one. I've already took it out. And then moving along the vehicle, so there is a driver's wheel. You've got those 2 there. You've got those 2 there. There's also some down at the back end. 1, 2, 3. If you can just focus on it. And then a couple on the other side. Once you've took them out, I'm going to put my inspection lamp down. This should just pull out. You push them clips in there all the way around like that, and the whole tray will just come out. So I'm just going to go round now with a T20 Torx bit, take all these screws out, pull this tray off, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, so silly old me, I took all the little screws out, and then I had to walk around to my brother-in-law's to lend a large torque set. T20 for all the smaller ones, but then those 3 back ones that are showing you that are more towards the centre of the underneath of the vehicle, they're more like a T50. So I'm just walking back round now, and I'll let you know in a minute. We're walking back over to the sizzle frizzle. Let's get underneath it, get that inspection lamp on, open the set, and I've got a very good feeling that it's going to be, it could even be a T40. Let's try a T40. So if I get underneath, you can see that I've dropped all the tray, but let me just get under here. I'm so fat, it's a tight squeeze. It's these ones here. So this is a T40. Oh, it's a bit wobbly, so let me just grab the next one up. Right, bloody hell. Right, so this is a T45 bingo. Oh god, it's a bit tight. Right, I'm gonna have to pause this video. I'm gonna need two hands for this, but they're a T45. Okay, so after removing those 3 Torx bolts, we have now got to the oil pan itself. So looking from the rear, so you've got the front of the vehicle there. I'm now behind the oil sump. You see that little screw there? That is the Audi patented oil sump plug. No longer a bolt like it used to be. This is your oil sensor here. Sorry for the focusing, I've just got really no room to move at all. Well, that's your oil sensor, and this is what we're going to remove. So you can get a specialist tool, you can get it from Amazon and eBay and the likes, to remove that and put the new one in. But I'm just going to use a flat head screwdriver. So I'm going to get myself out from beneath the vehicle now, and I'm going to carry on with the tutorial. The next stage in the tutorial is to start the car. Okay, I'm just going to leave the car running for around 2 to 3 minutes just to warm and thin the oil. Alright, so I'm underneath the vehicle now. I'm going to try and get, the reason I'm doing this, I'm trying to get to show you the best I can. It's best to position your oil pan not directly beneath the sump plug, but a couple of inches in front, because it will squirt out like a hose pipe. And then what I'm going to do, if I can, I'm watching the camera to do this, is get the flathead screwdriver in there, undo it. Can't really see if a minute or not. 1 minute. Right, I can't see what I'm doing here. Right, sod it. I'm just going to pause the video and take this sump out. You just unscrew it like a normal screw. There's nothing special. You just turn it. I can't get it at this angle. Okay, so I managed to remove the sump plug. I just had to put the camera down. I couldn't get the screwdriver, the flathead screwdriver in properly. Okay, so with the inspection lamp there, whilst the oil is draining, I'm going to remove the oil filler cap from the top left of the engine, and that you're not going to see because it's dark, but you can see the stream. That'll allow the air in and allow it to drain a bit quicker. So we're going to remove the engine rocker cover, just pull it at each corner until it pops off like so, which will allow us to get to this, which is the oil filter housing. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it to finish draining first. If you've got a torque wrench, this is 25.5 Newton meters of torque when tightening. Next up, we've got this bad boy. I'm going to stick the 32mm socket on there. I'm doing all this one-handed. Attach that, give it a crank. It's very easy to undo because 25.5 Newton meters is not a lot of torque whatsoever. As you can see, I'm doing this all one-handed, and because we've drained the oil previously, it's not pissing everywhere. I can probably take this off and do it by hand now. Yep. So we unscrew that housing. Okay. Slide that off. Just be careful, there's still oil in there. And there we have it. That's our oil filter inside the housing. It's absolutely black. I'm going to take that out of there now. So I've removed the disgraceful oil filter from the housing, and when you compare it to the brand new one, so you also get a new O-ring in here. This is for the housing itself. Here's our O-ring here. So what you want to do is, I'm going to do this one-handed. Just get a flathead screwdriver beneath the O-ring and just flick it out. I'm gonna have to pause it again. I need to hire a cameraman. So you just get your screwdriver, just take that O-ring off, replace it with the new one. So I've put the new O-ring on. I've dipped my finger in the fresh oil, give it a run round the O-ring, put the new filter in. I'm going to slot that back where it belongs. Turn the light and you can see a bit better. I'm going to tighten this back up now, and then I'm going to set my torque wrench to 25 Newton meters and turn it until my torque wrench gives, which I know it's then set at the right pressure, the right torque, sorry. And then we're going to put the sump plug back in the bottom where it originally came from, and then we're going to top up the oil. So I'm just going to do this, pop the sump plug back in, remove the oil tray from beneath the car, wipe down where the sump plug goes just in case there's any oil. I don't want it to drip onto my driveway, and then I'm going to show you topping up the vehicle. So I've removed the oil from beneath the vehicle, and I'm just going to dip this light coloured cardboard in to show you how bad it is. Look at that, you can't even see the cardboard when it's above the oil. Look at that, that is black, that is oil that was in dire. So now comes the fun part. I say the fun part because you know you're at the end of the job. I'm going to stick the flexible funnel in there, I'm going to pour the oil in, I'm going to do it slowly so it doesn't overspill. That should just stay in there. I'm going to put 5.4 litres of oil in now. What I'm doing is I'm just going to fill the funnel with oil and then pick the camera back up and show you the oil going into the engine, and you can see the colour difference. Put the oil can down, pick the camera up, and I don't know if you can see that, but well, you know, it's very clear. It's like lager, you know, it's very golden in colour, nothing like what came out. I'm going to finish chopping it up now. So I've put, that's just 1 4 litre canister, I've put 5 litres in the vehicle. I'm just going to let it settle, and then I'm going to check the dipstick, see where we're at, and the last 0.7 of a litre I'm going to put in 100 ml at a time and check the dipstick after every minute or so, just to make sure I'm not overfilling the vehicle, which can be just as dangerous and harmful to the car as, you know, running out of oil. And this old oil must be disposed of safely. You know, I can't stress that enough. You get a lot of people, they'll change their own oil, they'll go down a back street and they'll pour it down a grid. I just think if you can't be bothered to take it to the tip, which, you know, it's free to dispose of the oil, then you're just an idiot. And that's it. It's as easy as that, guys, to change your oil and your filter. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. You know, I've just recorded it as I've gone, so it might be a bit, you know, messy at points, but, you know, I'm recording it off my phone, and I just thought, you know, while I do it, why not do a video to show people how to save money. Audi wanted, I think it was 300 quid to do the oil filter and oil change. An independent local garage, you know, they would probably charge 150 thereabouts, and for the Castrol Edge oil and the filter, it's took me around 20 minutes and it's cost me £45, so you can really save yourself a lot of money. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. I've got more videos coming. I've got one coming up very soon showing you how to remove the tailpipes for machine polishing, because a lot of people struggle cleaning the exhaust pipes and they don't actually know how easy they come off. So you'll see that in the next video. Thanks guys, see you later.